Hi guys, it's New Jersey Garden. I'm just down here in the basement. I'm actually going to start my ranunculus today. They're all in this box, so I'm going to open them up, show you upstairs where it's a lot brighter, show you what types I have purchased. It's my first year growing ranunculus. I didn't even realize I could grow ranunculus in my growing zone. I'm in New Jersey in zone 6A, and I don't have a hoop house. I do have some frost cloth, but I was reading that ranunculus can handle temperatures as low as 27 degrees. So I'm thinking if I plant them out around April 1st, we do get some, freezing nights until around May 5th. But I'm hoping to chance it. I know that the ranunculus don't do well in the hot weather, and a lot of mistakes people make are to plant out the ranunculus too late. So I want to get my ranunculus out by April 1st. So let's go upstairs and look at what I've purchased. So I bought these bulbs from a company called Easy to Grow Bulbs. I don't know if they're a good company. They are based in California, so they have very different growing conditions than we do here in New Jersey. So I'm going to give them a try. They were on sale. I got them around Thanksgiving, half off. And I was expecting them to mail me the ranunculus in March, but they said they couldn't hold the product and they had to mail it right away. So I've been just storing these in this cardboard box in my basement. I'm hoping they didn't dry out. I am going to be soaking these for 4 hours in water in a bucket in my basement. In my basement, there's a large sink. I'm going to fill up the bucket with water and just leave these in these. I got these organza bags on Amazon. I'm going to throw the ranunculuses in these organza bags and label them all so I know what's what. So let me open these organza bags and get to opening the ranunculus. So just to show you what these organza bags look like, they're very sheer, and I actually bought these for the dahlias because I do have a lot of, like I was saying in another video, I have a lot of beetle problems where beetles eat a lot of my flower petals. So I had seen this on 2 different YouTube channels where people are using organza bags to cover their dahlias and other blooms that they want protected. So I got these organza bags, and I'm just going to be putting these over the dahlias to protect them from the bugs. But anyway, let's open up the box of ranunculus. Okay, the first thing I did was just find that I had forgotten about these. I had ordered a little bit of freesia just to try it, and I know freesia likes warmer conditions, so I'll be planting that in May. But I got a little bit of freesia to try. I don't know if freesia can grow in my zone. But here are all the bags of ranunculus, and I'll open them to show you. They basically look like little sea creatures, shriveled up sea creatures. But I ended up getting 10. Let's go through these. I got 10 of the ranunculus rainbow mix. 10 of the Tecolote sunset. Another 10 of the rainbow mix. Then I got ranunculus merlot. Another 10 of the rainbow mix. I got 10 pink. Now these seem really big. I don't know if that means the blooms will be bigger, but these seem really large. The bag is really big and heavy. Then I got 10 ranunculus white. Another bag of the Tecolote sunset. And by the way, I think all of these are the Tecolote type of ranunculus. And then the last one is another white. So there's a lot of varieties and colors, and I'm going to open a couple bags. I'll open the pink and I'll open the white just to show you guys what they look like. Okay, so these are what ranunculus corms look like. They look like shriveled up little octopuses or something. So what I'm going to do is, and I hope they haven't dried out too much because I did order these over the Thanksgiving holiday, I'm going to be soaking these in that bucket of water for 4 hours. I'm going to place them first into a bag like this, and I'm going to put a label in it just so I know what's what. I'm going to soak these for 4 hours, and then I'll show you guys what they look like after that. But let's take a look at what the pink ones look like. Okay, so here's what the pink ones look like, and they're like double the size of the whites. I am concerned these dried out, quite a bit. They look a little bit more dried out than they did when I first ordered them. Again, they were in my cool basement this whole time in a dry, dark place. Okay, so now I'm going to use a garden marker, mark some tags, throw them in the organza bags, and put them in the water, and I'll see you guys in 4 hours. Okay, it's been about 4.5 hours. I let them go a little longer because I looked at them an hour ago. They didn't look totally plumped up like I've seen in other videos. So let's pull one up and just see. So I'm going to bring these all upstairs onto my deck, and I have already a tray of moistened potting soil ready to put these in. I'm just worried that some of these were too dried out, but we'll see what happens. Let's take a look at them outside. So here we are on the deck, and I'll show you guys what they look like. And then I have this tray of moistened potting soil, not too moist. I am going to place these face down in the potting soil, and I'll show you guys that.
They look like maggots.
Yes, my daughter says these look like maggots. I think they look like little octopuses. But you put it face down. This is the top. You just put it face down right into the soil, and we're going to cover this with a layer of soil. So right now we're doing the rainbow. It's got a lot bigger. And my daughter's going to help me, so we're going to see how many we can get in this tray, and then we may have to fill a second tray. So far I've planted 30 rainbow ranunculus, and the tray is almost half full, so I definitely think I'm going to have to start a second tray. Okay, so I covered one tray completely with the potting mix, and then I put the sunset and the pink in here. They're much bigger than the other ones. And I am going to cover these with more soil, or actually, I ran out of potting soil. So what I'm going to do is just take this old tray that I have, and I'm just going to flip it upside down and cover it completely, because they do need darkness to germinate. And then I'm going to set these in my basement in a cool area. So we'll see which ones pop up first, the ones with the covering or the ones with the soil. Okay, everyone, so I moved the 2 trays down into my basement where the floor is a little cooler. So it's around 60 degrees down here. And I ended up covering both trays with the soil. I found another bag of potting soil, so they're pretty much covered. And I have this seed tray covering them to make sure they're completely dark. And what I'm going to do is every couple of days I'm going to just mist these with water just to make sure that the conditions stay a little bit damp, just so they don't dry out. But as you can see, I have soil covering these ranunculus completely, and I will give you guys an update in a week, and we'll see what's going on. Okay, so it's actually been a week, and I moved these trays. I did decide to cover both trays with soil so that all the corms are covered. I had them on the floor in my basement. Initially, I had covers on them to keep them extra dark, and then I found that the soil was just staying way too moist, and I didn't want mold to start happening, so I brought them up on this shelf to get them more airflow. And I've been spritzing them every couple of days because the soil has been drying out. It seems like the soil on the bottom is still pretty damp, but the soil on the top dries out. So I spritz the top just a little bit because you don't want the soil too wet. I have found a couple of moldy corms, and I think you are supposed to throw those out, but I washed them off and put them back. If I notice a lot more moldy corms, I'm just going to have to toss them. But I think that's to be expected, especially your first year. It's my first year growing ranunculus. So let's take a look and see if we can find any roots sprouting on any of these. So I just dug up this one. I don't see any little white roots sprouting, so I'm going to bury that one back. Let's pull up another one. Nope, nothing yet on this one. I found a few that had little roots starting. Here's an example. So see these little white little rootlets here? That is a good sign. That means this is healthy and is growing. So I want to leave this under the soil for another week. It is still too early to plant out. We've had nights in the low 20s, 20 degree Fahrenheit. So our ground has been frozen. Today it's around 40 degrees Fahrenheit, but it's really muddy out there. It's just too early to plant these. I want to get these all with little roots on them and maybe even some little green sprouts on the top before I plant these out. So it'll be 2 to 3 weeks before I plant these out in the garden. It's now March 5th. So anyway, let's see if we can find any more that have little rootlets. It's been a week since I've planted these, so. See, this one looks like it's getting a little moldy. That's not good. I may have to toss this one. So I pulled up a whole bunch of these corms. I only found little rootlets on like 2 or 3. So I'm going to, keep these in the ground for another few days, and I'll check them again, and I'll show you guys the progress.